What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the DFU on the Search for Cloud Part 2. Join us now as we pick back up right where we left off.
Yeah, I'm just trying to imagine somebody having the balls to tell Tifa to halt.
I mean, it is Red 13. Red 13 is a little badass.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
It's a live stream.
Yeah, fair. Jeez, do you have to say it that depressingly? Bedside manner is shit. Huh. I love Barrett's face.
Right.
He's just doing the same head nod over and over again. Alright, you gonna come back to us, bud? Good, I was worried she was about to confess her love, and I was gonna be like, not the time.
This is that small little part where Sid was leader. So, thoughts so far. We found Cloud. He's been exposed to Mako poison, or Mako for so long because he was in the live stream. So raw live stream Mako energy that makes materia and planet and powers the planet. He's got severe poisoning, and the doctor said he basically doesn't know who he is or even where he is.
Huh. Kind of makes it sound like radiation, which I know it's not, but not the point. I'm wondering if the live stream was strong enough to get Sephiroth out of his head.
It's good that. Also, he washed up, but Sephiroth didn't. That's something else to think about.
That's a very good point.
And Sephiroth had the power of the black materia because Cloud gave it to him. You know?
Huh. And to the best of our knowledge, it hasn't been, I don't know what you do with materia, activated?
No,
the meteor's not on its way.
Kinda, I guess. Yeah, you kind of activate materia. Yeah.
I mean, is there a better
spells,
word
you
than
summon.
activated?
Summon. Oh, no, that's just for summon.
That's just summon materia, which it is, right?
Yeah, I mean, activated's a fine word. You know, cast. Okay. Cast materia. Well, that's kind of spellish. It doesn't matter. Activate materia, yeah. Because you got to slot it into your weapon, slot it into your armor, and then whenever you want to use it, you just cast it. So, yep, or summon, you know, whenever it comes to summon materials. But to do meteor, it would be an official summon.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was a summon materia.
He'd be summoning meteor to come down and destroy the earth.
But meteor's not on its way, so wherever Sephiroth is...
He has not summoned.
He hasn't done it yet.
Meteor yet.
Which, to the best of our knowledge, is there a reason he hasn't done it yet? He has everything he needs, right?
Actually, no, that's false. It actually did get summoned. Whenever he gave it to Sephiroth, it summoned Meteor. Because that's why the weapons were released. because they were in an all-out, oh shit, the planet's about to die mode, and that's why they're going around killing everything that's possibly hurting the planet.
Hang on. Mako energy is crystallized forms of the life stream, right?
Correct.
Why the hell would the life stream make something like Meteor?
Well, the life stream didn't make materia. Shinra created materia by crystallizing the Mako energy. Now, there are there's literally four total materias in the entire game that were made naturally by the Earth. Meteor is not one of those.
Phoenix Down, is that one of them?
Phoenix Down is a potion.
Okay, never mind.
Knights
Don't
of the
give me
Round.
that shit. I don't know this stuff.
Knights of the Round is one of them. That one's fucking badass. But Mime is another good one. Can't think of what all four of them are, but yep.
Do all four of them make sense logically?
Or like really, no.
The planet
Mime
protecting
doesn't
itself?
make sense at all. Yeah, Mime doesn't make sense at all. Knights of the Round makes sense because it's just a fucking badass. It's like the strongest materia in the game, so it's like, duh, that's the reason why. It's because it was fucking naturally made from the planet. I'm trying to think what the other ones are. And also, hashtag flip to the strategy guide really quick. Because you can only get them by having a golden chocobo. It's the only way. Yeah, the materia caves. So you got materia cave 1 is Knights of the Round. Materia cave 2 is quad magic. Materia cave 3 is HP MP switch, so you can switch your HP and your MP, which is actually very helpful if you want to cast a shit ton of fucking summons on one character to switch your 9,999 health with your MP. If that's something you want to do, you know, hey, it's all on you. And then the last one is Mimic, not Mime. Sorry, Mimic, which is really fucking good. Same thing, same materia. It's just I call it Mime instead of Mimic.
Yeah, I
want to be clear about that. So. Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense even for Shinra to do. Like, this meteor materia is just, it's absolute chaotic destruction. Like, that, Shinra can't benefit off of that. Oh god, unless they're doing their leadership thing where they're like, we're going to summon a meteor and then we're going to take it down with our gigantic cannon and then the world's going to love us and let us do whatever we want because we're the heroes.
Well, you guys got to think about it this way, too. It's like, what would be the point in summoning all these fucking mythical creatures and shit? They don't know if they can control those. What if fucking Bahamut just decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to blow up the world?
Bahamut with cheese.
Exactly.
God damn it. Every time I just think of that, and it's very funny.
It's so good.
So is this kind of, they're playing with science they don't understand? Like, is that a good way of saying it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. That at least makes more sense.
They see it as profitable because who's going to stand against them if all their soldiers are kitted with materia?
It just seems real convenient that Genova's a planet killer, and she moves around on meteors that she makes out of planets, and then the planet, just with a little bit of help from Shinra, crystallizes something that does what she wants to do.
Yeah. And her son is now directly in contact
fucking
with
sane. My god, that man needs therapy.
So, moving on. So Sid and them decide that they're going to go ahead and start trying to figure out what's going on because all of a sudden Medeal starts getting attacked by what? Ultima Weapon shows up. You fight Ultima Weapon, but only for a little bit. It runs away. So that's why we're not going to really go too much into that. But Ultima Weapon shows up. You fight Ultima Weapon a little bit, and then Sid and them know that, or Sid and them end up overhearing from Kate Sith. Kate Sith lets them know, so now he's telling Shinra, the team is telling the team's Shinra secrets. So Shinra is getting ready to start running around and grabbing all the huge materia that is left. Huge materia is not something that we have heard before. It is gigantic pieces of materia that they can put into the cannon to make one gigantic ass shot to try and kill Sephiroth. It's their overall goal with this.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So they want there's 4 pieces of huge materia, I think. And they got the one already from Nibelheim. So they have one already. They are now heading to Corral, which is where Barrett's from, to take the one from that take the one from that reactor. And then they're also going to head to... What was the other one that we go to? Fort Condor, the one with the big birdie.
Yeah.
Yep. And they're going to go steal the huge materia from there. So, for those of you that don't remember, because I'm going to post the pictures in here, and also for Kelsey as well. First, we're going to go to Mount Coral, in order to help stop there, which I've already put that picture out there, so you already know what that looks like. It's like kind of like wasteland-ish type thing.
Yeah.
Moving past that, basically, we get there. Shinra's leaving on a train. They have a train that's going for a dead run through. Basically, it's going to run through the entire town, destroying the entire town, in order for the train to get past and bring the huge materia directly to Shinra, because the train tracks run right through the town. So you have to get on a different train and try to get onto that train and then stop that train from crashing. If, and this is an if, you can fail this mission.
Ooh. Like the story will continue. It won't just like take you back.
Yep. The story will continue.
Oh shit.
Yes, exactly. So if you stop the train, not only do you get a huge materia for yourself, which you want, because this is how you end up making a master materia. Whenever you get all the materias together, you have to have the huge materias in order to do the masters. So there's a good chance you might not even get all the master materias if you don't do this. And if you don't do the fucking calm traveler shit that I was talking about with the fucking side weapons and shit. But anyways, if you stop the train, you get a piece of huge materia, and the town is so thankful. Not only do they forgive Barrett, but they also give you a piece of materia called Ultima, which is a very strong magical spell that weapon or ruby weapon uses against you a lot. So it's a good it's a good spell to have. I don't use it that often because my characters are so fucking OP. I pretty much just beat the shit out of everything in front of me. But I don't really need materia at this point anymore.
I just freaking tank.
I just literally just do a shit ton of fucking mime and Knights of the Round on fucking auto loop, and I'll just literally just watch fucking 1,000 knights come out, just beat the shit out of whatever's in front of me. It's great. But that's because I've put way too much time in this game. So, and I have that materia leveled up to the point where I've birthed it that many times, and then leveled that up, and then birthed it that many times. So, but, so you get that, and then we move on to Fort Condor. So when you go to Fort Condor, you got to help save them by doing this dumbass mini game. It looks terrible, and it's frustrating, but you should be able to be on your first try. Basically, it doesn't really matter if you lose the mini game, but basically Shinra's little army troops are moving up. You spend money, actual gil, to make army troops to go down the hill and try to kill Shinra's army troops. If you fail, Shinra gets to the door, and you have to fight Shinra with your actual team. I basically just let that happen every time now. I just let them come to me.
Save your gil.
Yeah, well, it's not even save your gil. The gil doesn't matter. It's just how long the battle process takes. And it feels like it's unwinnable sometimes. I just don't fucking care. I'd rather just fight them with my characters, get the XP with my characters, and move the fuck on. The main reason why people don't want to do that is because they feel like if they do, this bird dies, which is the bird on top of Fort Condor, and that's a little egg.
I was going to say, was that the tiny egg that we saw before? Or the tiny bird that came out before? Or is this now the big bird that's going to die?
This is the big bird that's going to die, correct.
No matter what you do. Okay.
And that's what I was about to get to. It doesn't matter what you do. The bird dies. It just doesn't matter. So we have this here, which it's actually funny because they came back with Cloud and did this. So I guess technically, I don't think you have to do Fort Condor. I know you have to do Corral. I think you could save Fort Condor for later if you really want Cloud to be on your team. But either way, in the strategy guide, it says you can move on to Fort Condor and do this. So we're just doing this, like I said, to be, easy moving forward. And as you see, he's running towards a piece of materia. So the bird died. The new chick hatched. And a piece of materia right there. That is a summon materia, and that is the Phoenix summon. Whenever it comes out, it brings your entire team back to life with full health and full mana. So that is a great summon to have for certain aspects.
This is why I thought the Phoenix Down potion was
a summon.
Phoenix materia.
Yep. Nope. Phoenix Down is La Potion.
Cool.
An item of some sorts. So after we do that, we get the big materia here, or the huge materia here. You go down, talk to Old Man downstairs. He gives you the huge materia for helping save Fort Condor. And then we move back to Mudhill. Motherfucker. Are you kidding me? I'm just joking. That's it. Damn! What the hell's going on?
I was say, we know what's going on.
Oh, maybe Ultimate Weapon only attacks the second time. I thought he did the first time. No, I guess it is the second time. I was wrong. So now you see ultimate weapon tech.
Good, he lands right on top of you. Flipping through him, in fact.
Yeah. So they fight him. Then he
I was gonna say, did this person just die?
No.
Okay.
Never mind, I was right. It is the first time.
Like how pleased you sound with yourself.
No, I was still wrong.
This is a roller coaster.
Fuck!
I also don't know where it's going to blow. Right?
Right.
He said it was coming up from under the earth, but I don't see it coming up anywhere.
Not yet. I know, Doc's just like, I'm content with this.
God, is he in a coma? Like, Jesus, Doctor, get it together. Wake up! No, don't wake up.
Cloud and Tifa.
Oh.
Back into the live stream.
Cloud probably isn't going to handle this well. Neither is she, actually. Oh, shit.
Yes, this goes on for entirely too long.
She appears to be circling a drain. Who are you talking to, Tifa?
That's a good question.
Oh, good. Let's just have everybody jointly go crazy. I feel like that's probably the best way to handle all this. That's a few too many clouds. There's 4 of them.
it. Finally going to be able to figure out who Cloud is.
Good.
And what happened in Nibelheim.
Aw, this is cool.
Right?
Has he said a word this whole time?
No. Now Tifa's
I don't
telling
think
the
so.
story.
Hmm. That is not who was with him before.
But now look. Tifa's through with the games. No Cloud.
Good. Let's be honest. Yay! Personal growth.
That still doesn't explain why Cloud knows what happened in Nibelheim. Remember, she said that. She's like, how is that? Or you knew stuff that you shouldn't have and didn't know stuff that you should have.
I like how younger her is just like country her.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Sephiroth did some cloning junk, so... I'm standing literally in your fractured mind and refuse to answer your questions.
Well, you gotta think about it. The whole reason why Sephiroth's able to get to Cloud is because he's telling him that Tifa is basically Genova telling him what he wants to know. That's why she's saying,
true.
you have to remember. I'm
I
here
guess
for
that's
you,
fair.
but you have to remember.
Okay. Just work him through it slowly. Aw, young them so cute. They're adorable. Oh, well, Tifa thinks so too.
There you go.
Okay. Solid. All right. Was Tifa basically oblivious?
I think we kind of touched on this a little bit, but that was whenever her mom died.
Oh, yeah.
But she had that group of friends that liked her, and they didn't like Cloud, because they didn't want another guy around. Like little Cloud.
It's really cute.
This dude is just having too much fun right now.
Yeah, you gotta stop it.
It's a serious moment, man.
Don't have time for your tomfoolery. Okay. Why are you in her room? Ah! Cloud, no.
That's where his superiority complex started coming in.
Yep.
See, I know I was the stupid one. So naturally, as a kid, I'm just gonna go wandering through the mountains.
Let's be real. As a kid, if I was feeling extreme emotion, guarantee you that's what I'd go do. As an adult feeling extreme emotions, I would too. So, I get it. Yeah, especially unpassable mountains, especially if they're close enough that I can get to them. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all kinds of stubborn. It's not a good thing.
That Dead Funny started looking for another partner.
Yeah. That's fair. Just in case this one goes stupid on us.
So one of them ditched out. Yep. That kid was like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Alright. She's learning who her real friends are. Surprisingly, Cloud is one of them.
I know, right? Fucking shocker. Bet you didn't see that shit coming.
Nobody's ever made it over these. Somebody erected a bridge, though.
Well, this goes up to the reactor. We've been here before. It's past that.
That's what it is. Okay.
So now the other two kids build. Now it's just Cloud and Tifa.
Why? I'm not sure if he was surprised or he was trying to rip his bodice.
That's Tifa's dad yelling at Cloud.
No, he's yelling. What? No, bad. Oh shit. It's the kind of head injury that can make serial killers, actually. Exactly like that, actually.
Slowly getting Cloud back.
So is the shadow Cloud or is the Cloud Cloud?
Well, the top Cloud that's up there kind of shaking around and shit, that's Cloud.
That's the real Cloud. Yeah, that's what I thought.
But he's slowly becoming a little bit more and more.
Cloud just breaks apart into a shadow version of himself, and I thought that was fake.
It's supposed to
Cloud.
be like his different split personality Clouds going on inside, basically.
Got it.
Now we're gonna see what happened. Truly. I saw this already.
She's had a lot of head trauma.
But now it's not Cloud.
Yes!
That name rings a bell.
He's also spiky and has the...
Then where were you? Is Cloud also... Look at that. That got his ass kicked.
Jeez. Wait a minute. That's not Cloud either.
Nope. Kelsey's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, what the fuck?
It is Cloud.
It is Cloud.
Cloud never made Soldier. He was there the entire time, but was too ashamed that he never made Soldier that he didn't take off his helmet. So he was there the entire time. And he was with Tifa, protecting Tifa the entire time. She just had no idea it was Cloud.
Huh.
That's how he remembers everything.
Wow.
Right?
Then did he just get Sephiroth by surprise? Is that how he was able to win?
Basically, yeah. Well, no. You're about to see. You're going to see that too. The entire thing is going to be played out. There will be no mystery at the end of this.
Okay. Okay. I'll shut up then.
Zach's like, bro, we just talked about this. I think you will really like Zach a lot. See, he was having that conversation with Sephiroth. Which is where his mind started fucking up a little bit. He was the soldier that was passed out on the ground. After Zack had already left to go towards the reactor to fight Sephiroth.
Yeah. Uh-oh. He is taking those stairs real weird.
Well, yeah, Cloud just put the fucking Buster Blade through his fucking chest.
Yeah.
There's Shinova's head. Just walking around holding his mom's head.
God, just creepy as hell.
Oh, Sephi.
You got issues, Sephi. Cool. This feels cool. That is less cool. Nobody's friends with you.
Yeah. Now, how could Cloud do that? He's just a normal human.
I do believe the answer is he couldn't.
Correct.
You said everything was going to be answered, so I'm just gonna wait.
Whatever doesn't get answered, obviously, I will tie the loose ends.
Yeah, you do that. I know this is meaningful, but it feels creepy. Also, I love that each of these come back with a twang of a rubber band.
Right.
Or banjo. Better than a banjo twang.
Finally have Cloud.
Yay!
Cloud Strife, ladies and gentlemen. My favorite video game hero of all time.
Stupid jerk.
Now she can go back to acting like Tifa.
They should both have extraordinary poisoning.
Right.
Him in particular, he should probably be dead.
So, to wrap up some things, especially some stuff that you were just talking about. So this is actually really cool because this is actually a little known fact, and the only way to figure this out, so this is actually kind of cool for some of the people who have actually wondered this themselves. Why did Tifa not get poisoned? How was she able to survive in the live stream? Aerith protected her. Because Aerith died, and she's an ancient, she actually lives on in the live stream. She actually protected her. She was the one that was whispering to Tifa, trying to get her to run to Cloud. So she was saying things like, you weren't there for Cloud, this and that, this and that. The only way to figure this out, but she wasn't doing it to be mean, no. She was literally trying to get her to run towards Cloud because she couldn't see where Cloud was at. So you saw Tifa go one direction, and all of a sudden she turned another way. That's because the Aerith showed up there. We didn't see it, but the voice was yelling at her, saying something to make her turn another way. And then she turned, and then Aerith was there saying something, then Aerith was there saying something until it made her go to Cloud. Aerith kept her protected the entire time. The only way to figure this information out, for those of you who are like, oh, well, they didn't say that in the game, so I call bullshit. The Final Fantasy Ultimania, which is a Japanese-only magazine, actually has a whole chapter on this entire scene because so many people have asked why this was a thing. And it did get translated. You can look at the livestream.net and find all the chapters of the thing completely translated from Japanese to English, and that's exactly what happened. Aerith was actually able to protect her through the live stream, which is why she didn't get poisoning. She did the same thing with Cloud this time around too, but that's why she didn't get poisoned. That's why she didn't die, and she was safely able to move through the live stream.
So she just...
I was just gonna say that was one of the first things I thought my first time playing through. I was like, how the fuck did Tifa not suffer anything?
That does help, but given that Cloud was originally poisoned from his first dunk in the live stream, that means Aerith was aware he was there and was just like, eh.
Yeah, Kelsey, it's this thing called
showed up. She
plot.
was like, oh shit.
It's this thing called plot. Yep. So
this face is asking for continuity. That's what this face is.
So we still have some things that are somewhat unanswered. One, who the fuck is Zach? Two, we're gonna get to it. Don't worry, we're gonna get to it. Who the fuck is Zach? Two, how did Cloud end up? Not only was Zach's clothes, because he definitely was wearing a Shinra outfit, but also Zach's Buster Blade. It's good questions. It's good questions, right? It's good questions.
Those are two good questions. Also, how the fuck did he do what he did with Sephiroth? Either time.
So Cloud was joining Soldier. He got the Genova cells implanted in him. So that go ahead throws that completely out. There's another thing in order to become Soldier, you have to go through something. And this go through something is to be put through an insane amount of Mako energy, which is why Cloud did not die and only got poisoned. Which means that Cloud must have gone through this, but wait, Cloud didn't make Soldier. Some weird things going on here, right? So.
Yes. You gonna tell me?
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you.
Good.
This is a secret scene where you have to go back to Nibelheim after you get Cloud back on your team. And you have to go into the mansion. If you do not go into the mansion and go into the library looking for this, you physically will not see this scene. A lot of people have missed this scene. A lot of people have missed this scene. So we're going to watch it, and then you'll be able to see exactly what happened after the whole Throne Sephiroth. Because Cloud passed out, and that was the end of the story right there. So you will see what happened afterwards. So let's jump into that. Okay. What's this? Cloud and a Mako tank. And Seth, or not Seth, but Zach in a Mako tank. Oh wow, they don't actually show the before part? Okay. Well, that's that thing I told you you're gonna watch whenever you come over to watch the movie. It's called The Last Order. It's an anime episode. It actually takes place, all this. It shows you what happened after the Nibelheim and how Zach and Cloud got to here and then what leads after that.
Okay.
So Zach, already being a member of Soldier, Mako energy didn't do shit to him, so he was able to knock that guy the fuck out. So this is why Cloud has the Mako eyes. Remember? They keep talking about this Soldier trait. You have those eyes. Yep. And this is why Cloud's memory is so fucked. Because whenever you first get introduced to all this, you go into a huge Mako coma. So he has no idea what the fuck is going on right now. But a good thing our good buddy Zach here is here to take care of him. Cloud and Zach actually got really close, and you see a lot more of that in the Crisis Core video game. So now over here, I can tell you about that. Crisis Core is actually the story before the game that takes place about Zach. So you learn all about Zach leading up to this part right here. This is literally how Crisis Core ends.
So they make you fall in love with a character that you know is going to die.
Yes. Yes.
That's great. Good. Thanks.
So he put Cloud in his other Soldier outfit. He had brought an extra outfit. That's why he has the outfit. But once again, he's just back there not knowing what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. Why?
Because of the Mako. He's still in that coma.
No, I know why he's in the coma. I don't know why Zach is helping him.
Well, like I said, they're friends in the game.
Okay.
We'll talk about that in a little bit too, though.
Okay.
So now he's trying to figure out where to go, because now he knows Shinra's after him. Because they put them in these fucking tanks and he just escaped.
Yeah.
You're gonna love fucking Zach. He's so good.
He's just doing squats.
Yes, that's Zach's signature thing. Don't ask me why. He does that all throughout Crisis Core.
Oh god, I
He
love
wants to be
Zach the
strong.
way that I hate Vincent.
Look at that. I'm gonna become a mercenary. What did Cloud think that he was when he woke up from his Mako coma in Midgar?
A mercenary.
Oh no, Cloud.
Yeah, I like how he's asking Cloud questions and Cloud's like, I don't even know how to speak. Yeah, Zach's golden in my book right now.
This is known as the second saddest scene in video game history.
No! Jesus! That's entirely unnecessary. Why would you just leave him?
Well, they know he's suffering from the Mako poison, so they think he's just gonna die out there.
Oh.
And Cloud slowly starts to come out of the coma. And there's Midgar in the background. Almost made it. Yep. And so ends. And that's why, in my opinion, Square Enix is one of the best gaming companies in the world. One of the best. This is why Square Enix is one of the best gaming companies in the world to me. And that is because they were able to literally have Zack die. Do an entire game based on this character that you know is going to die and make you fucking fall in love with Zack. Like, Zack is the fucking best. I love Zack. He's so fucking good. He's actually, now I can freely talk about this, he's rated the #1 Final Fantasy favorite character in Japan.
He seems freaking lovely.
Yep. The only thing that sucks about
why Aerith fell in love with him.
The only thing that sucks about it is now that, because we're not going to be doing Crisis Core for a little bit, it's like there's some spoiler territory with Zack that I can't touch on. But as far as Final Fantasy VII goes, I can completely open the floodgates now, which is great. Because now you finally have seen Zack. That's the biggest thing that I've been trying to keep from you this entire time, was anything about Zack. And I didn't think about it whenever I had you watch that fucking AMV. Hashtag spoiler alerts. Zack's all over that fucking thing, including at the very end when he's all like, remember what I told you?
But honestly, I had no framework for the information I was getting, so none of it stuck.
It was early enough in the DFU that there was no way you were going to be able to piece together any of that shit at all.
None of it.
Right.
None of it. Now I will go back and rewatch that and see what I can see.
It'll all make a lot more sense to you. Yeah, because if you actually pay attention to certain spots, like where I did certain lyrics where it's like one false move and everything falls or something like that, and it shows like so-and-so about to die, so-and-so, and you actually see Aerith praying and looking up and Sephiroth falling down behind her. Like it actually shows that scene in Cloud's eyeballs. Like it's like it's just zooming in on his eye and it's just playing all those memories and shit. Yeah. Yeah, there's all sorts of, like, you'll be able to pick up a lot more stuff and be like, wow, this AMV is way better than I thought it was.
Really? You're just looking for me to send you a text complimenting you. That's really what's going on here.
Once you watch the movie, then you go back and see like how the lyrics match up with the AMV. It's actually pretty fucking impressive in my opinion. I was really happy with that. I was really happy with that AMV. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. It's great. It's great.
Chris, I'm super impressed with you. I'm glad you're impressed with you.
I am. At the end of the day, someone's got to be. And if it's only me, then it's only me. That's fine. I can do that.
I need to rehash what I think I saw.
Go ahead.
Because I want to make sure I've got this right. So, Cloud, like basic timeline here.
Mm-hmm.
Cloud left because he wanted to impress Tifa and everybody else, but mostly Tifa, and tried to join Soldier, and he was in the process, but he never actually
made it.
He had not made it at the time that we saw him. It wasn't like he was rejected. He just hadn't made it yet. Correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And
but
so
since he had been gone for so many years, which was only 2, because she's like, I haven't seen you in 7 years. He said, I haven't seen you in 5. 5 was the Nibelheim incident. 7 years would have been when he left. So.
Yeah. Okay. So that statement now makes more sense, and also makes sense why you kind of pulled it out. So he comes back with Sephi and Zack, and Sephi goes evil. And this is the start of Sephiroth being evil, right? Like, this is, he found the records, he figured out what he was, and started.
And also, to point that out, it also wasn't Cloud that said that to him too. Now that we saw that Zack was there, Zack was the one that brought up the whole, well, if these are just how regular soldiers are made, what about you? You're a super soldier. What does that mean? And then that's when Sephiroth lost his fucking mind. Zack was the one that said that to him.
Zack, that may not have been maybe the best phrasing.
You also don't know everything that went on in Crisis Core either. Zack had a lot of shit on his fucking plate. Trust me, we'll get there.
That's true.
He had a lot of shit on his fucking plate. Luckily for you, Crisis Core is nowhere near as long as Final Fantasy VII. That will actually be a short semester. If that thing hits fucking 10 episodes, I'll be surprised. I will be surprised. I'm pretty sure someone actually has all the cinematics out, like as in a full movie, and I think the entire thing is like 3.5 hours long.
Holy nuts.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sephi starts going insane, destroys the town, and starts his whole, like, I'm going to chop off Mama's head and keep it with me because I'm creepy as fuck. Zack decides to try to stop him.
Right.
And Cloud is there for many reasons, and one of those reasons is to try to keep Tifa safe in this situation. It's not the primary reason, but it's a mitigating or a thing.
It's pretty much close to the main reason, but yeah.
Okay, it's close to the main reason. Good, thank you. Zack is defeated. Cloud is angry. Cloud, because at this point, everybody that he cares about is hurt or dead. Cloud goes and injures Sephiroth.
Well, Zack tells him to kill him. Well, he injures him,
Zack,
yes.
Yeah, he injures him.
Then he says it afterwards, yeah.
Yeah, then Sephiroth leaves, and then I don't know why Cloud didn't finish the job when he had the chance, but whatever.
Well, he threw him, and whenever he hit, Sephiroth fell down into the live stream, because that was what was below the reactor.
Didn't that happen second? Like, didn't he shove the Buster Blade into him and then come back out and then go to...
Right, he thought he killed him because Sephiroth fell down. He thought he killed him. Oh, so then he walked back out immediately to check Tifa, and then Sephiroth came back out with Genova's head. Sephiroth
comes back out. Zack tells him go kill him. He runs out. He gets stabbed by Sephiroth, and then he does the whole, like, shink whoo thing, which is bizarre as heck.
It's even cooler in the anime because he actually, like, pulls himself closer to Sephiroth by, like, pulling himself further down the sword, and Sephiroth's face is just like, you gotta be fucking shitting me. Yeah, it's pretty fucking awesome in the anime episode.
It also sounds ugh, but okay. At which point, Sephiroth is genuinely mortally wounded, as is Cloud. And at that point, Shinra comes in, grabs both Zack and Cloud, and dumps them in some like make.
So it actually, so it was Shinra, but it was also Hojo. Once again, in the final or in the last order, it is basically a story about Sung telling the events that happened, and you actually get to watch them all happen. So you actually see, basically, it starts off with the whole, like, Cloud going in there to fight Sephiroth, or Zack goes in there to fight Sephiroth, Zack gets his ass kicked, then it's Cloud going in there, I'm not gonna get any spoiler territory, but basically, like, and then, like, it goes, everything goes black, and then all of a sudden, like, you see, like, little bits of, like, I don't know if it's Zack, it's Zack somewhat, like, opening his eyes and seeing Hojo, and he's all like, this one made it this far, and he's pointing at Cloud, and he goes, interesting, I thought this was a failed experiment, as far as he didn't make it as far as I wanted him to, talking about the fact that he hadn't gotten into Soldier yet, and he goes, we'll go ahead and bring him back to the mansion as well. And then Zack kind of blacks out again whenever he wakes back up. That's whenever he sees that he's in a tank, and then Cloud's in a tank, and then he breaks them both out, and so on and so forth. Which you saw. The rest of it, I'm not going to talk about because we didn't see that, and that's all in that anime episode on what goes down after that.
So technically what Cloud needed to do to make Soldier was get the Genova cells, not die.
Right.
Be exposed to a whole bunch of Mako energy,
Not die.
and not die.
Yep.
And so they made him into soldier without ever giving him the official rank.
Right. So basically, Cloud is soldier. That is correct. He would have technically been soldier second class because it's where he would have started, and then had to move up by doing some insane feats proving that he was like soldier first class material. But yes, Cloud officially did technically make soldier. He went through all the same shit that they do. That's why he has the Mako eyes and everything else.
Got it.
So before go ahead, finish.
And he lost his memory primarily due to
Mako poisoning, because usually they have like a rest period to kind of like fucking get back into their mode and shit like that, and then they kind of go through their normal operations as far as being part of soldier. He did not, and
they have a support network there explaining to them what's going on, and he had none of that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I just needed to make sure I was processing that correctly.
Yep. One of the scenes that you'll like, which this isn't a spoiler alert, but in Crisis Core, is like whenever like Cloud and Zack first find out that they're friends, like they're both just walking and Cloud's got on his helmet, like you don't know it's Cloud, and like, but you obviously are gonna know one because you fucking now know Final Fantasy VII. So at that point in the game, you're like, well, that's obviously Cloud walking next to Zack. So like they're like way ahead of everybody else, and then he's all like, so why are you so quick? It's like, oh, I'm just kind of like a backwoods boy. And it's like, yeah, I'm a backwoods boy too. And then Cloud takes off the helmet and he's like, where are you from? And he's all like, oh, I'm from Nibelheim. He's like, please, Nibelheim sucks. And then Cloud's like, yeah, but you're from Gaganga. Gaganga's terrible. And Zach's like, what'd you say? And then like they're just back and forth. Like it's so good. It's so heartwarming. Like you're gonna like Zach a lot. Zach is awesome. And there is a reason Aerith did fall in love with him. He is a really, really good character.
But he seems super lovable.
But before we jump into this last episode, or this last video, what are your thoughts now on Cloud? You now know everything about Cloud. That is my favorite video game character of all time. Do you think his story was actually interesting enough? Did they pull it off well with the whole identity crisis? Because you got to remember, the entire time, the main point in this game is to stop Sephiroth and stop Meteor. And as I told you, you're going to get caught up that there's a lot of shit going on in the meantime, with a lot of different characters, and somewhat a lot of it has to do and move around Cloud. So now you kind of see why they put Tifa in that game too, because like I said, they wanted a rock to kind of bring him back to being solid, which made sense if Aerith was always supposed to die.
So I really, if they didn't have Tifa, this whole putting yourself back together thing would be significantly harder to pull off. Mm-hmm. I love that we have Cloud, who is a main character. He is our protagonist, but he is not the strongest person on the map.
Right.
Like, but without question, he's not the strongest person on the map. Like, there are multiple things I can think of that outrank the shit out of him that he would lose in a face-to-face battle without question. Right. Like, he just would. Also, he's a main character that has a very real mental, I don't want to say breakdown, but challenge may be a better way of saying it, that is directly addressed, that is directly related to his success in the story. Mm-hmm. That is very intense and limiting to him as a character. And there are key plot points that are driven by him not being as mentally whole as he wants to be.
Right.
Like, the plot has moved along. This isn't just something that exists and then he's able to be whatever he needs to be when he needs to be.
Right.
Like, the plot is partially driven by him dropping the ball, literally. So I think he's an amazing character. I am really going to enjoy when you give me permission to like go and look up further fan explanations, further like, oh, hey, when you think of it this way, it's even more impressive and stuff like that. I'm going to look forward to doing that with this character in particular and kind of seeing multiple viewpoints on his relationship with Aerith, who I think could have been a lot of things for him, which I'm sure is one of what they were thinking of when they made her as a character, but also Tifa, who's very different. And I love how she handled being inside his mind. Cause I was just like, just tell him everything. And
right.
It out. That's not inherently helpful. Like, he needs to figure it out for himself, and she needs to be an active participant in that, but also a participant and not the leader of that. Right. That whole thing was very cool, and I'm excited to eventually hear you walk me through Crisis Core, to learn more about that period of time where he went from being an outsider who just wanted to be accepted to being a leader who wants to do the right thing.
I don't think you'll. Oh, I don't think you're going to get that in Crisis Core.
Do they really not jump into that? Because that's
Crisis
a significant shift.
Just about Zach, pretty much.
Then where am I gonna do? Is it somewhere in here where we get this explanation of how he made that shift?
So that's where the cool part is because you think he made that shift. Technically, he hasn't. He is just playing the role of leader because everyone voted him to do that. And that's what's cool about Cloud, because actually where that shift changes, you haven't even seen that yet. And that's actually in the movie. Because he has all this self-doubt in himself because he still let Tifa get hurt. He still let all those people in Midgard die by the plate falling because of his own actions. He still let Aerith die. He was right there and could have done something, but because of his weakness to Sephiroth, he doesn't trust himself. So he still has all this doubt, even to the end of this game. Like, it weighs on him. He still has all this doubt. And it is one of the big plots in the movie, too, is that he just has all this fucking doubt going on that he can actually do anything. And that's why I told you is one of my favorite parts in the movie, which is I already kind of told you about a little bit, was where, like, he constantly is like, every time he sees Aerith, she's like, what do you want? And he's like, I just want to be forgiven. Like, that's like one of the biggest like play things is like that still doesn't even get resolved in this game. That was one of the main things that drove them to want to make a movie, was to kind of give Cloud that resolve and kind of like end his character arc. Because his character arc really isn't even over. You just understand him, which is really cool to me because, like I said, everything that he's done so far just shows the pure strength that he's willing to go through for everybody because they put him in that position. He didn't ask to be leader. He was completely fine with following Barrett and into wherever they were going with Avalanche. But everybody voted for Cloud to be leader. Everybody liked Cloud. So he's just been leading the herd. And it seemed like he knew where he was going, and he was because Sephiroth was calling him to him.
And he's just been playing a role, trying to manage his own issues as best as he can.
Right. Yep.
That is even more realistic of a leader and even more impressive as a character. Right. And even cooler that they were actually able to effectively write that into it.
Yep. And I think that this is really your first like deep draw into a Square Enix game too. I don't think you've ever had a deep draw. You did a DFU on Kingdom Hearts, but I know for a fact you have not played a Square Enix game. You've pretty much told me most of the games you've played. You've not played a Square Enix game. So you had a little bit of a deep dive into Kingdom Hearts, which is Square Enix, but this is like what, like I said, once again, this is the game that puts Square Enix on the map. This is what did it for them. This is what brought JRPGs to RPGs. Oh.
I've played a bunch of the Tomb Raiders, especially the new ones.
Yeah, but this is where they started. That's different. That's different. This is where they started.
What's your issue with that?
I like Tomb Raider. Don't get me wrong. I just don't really feel there's a lot of story to Tomb Raider. It's like I'm just gonna do this and that and explore this and that. I've played all of them. I love Tomb Raider. Don't get me wrong. The game's fucking great. I just don't really feel like it's got like compelling story like a Final Fantasy.
I haven't played the most recent one specifically because I started it and went, oh, this is exactly like the other two. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And then I played for an hour and haven't picked it up since. So
yeah.
Hard to say that it's very different.
And once again, you got to understand too, and this is where like this is mainly impactful for a lot of people, is like whenever you think about Square Enix making this game, like you literally have only explored Final Fantasy VII. You haven't explored any of the other parts of Final Fantasy VII as far as Crisis Core or the movie Advent Children or Final Order or Dirge of Cerberus. None of that. But think about all the other fans that are big fans of the other games. There are multiple games that have stories that are just as compelling as this, and none of them run into each other. It's always a different world, different cast of characters, different issues, different shit going on. It's nuts. It's fucking nuts that they've been doing it for this long. The last one they just released was 15, Final Fantasy 15. And now they're working on trying to get Final Fantasy 16 out, get another MMO out, because 2 of the Final Fantasies have actually been MMOs, so that way they could try that out too. So 16 being a single-player game, MMO, and trying to do a full-scale remake of Final Fantasy 7. It's a lot of fucking work. Like,
they're pushing themselves. I'm impressed.
They don't fuck around with Final Fantasy. This is this is what made them the money. This is what put them on the fucking map. Because 1 through 5 weren't even in America at all. Those were just Japanese release titles. They came out way later once Final Fantasy got big. And then 6 released multi, and it was kind of eh. No one really cared for it that much, and because they didn't really know what the fuck it was. They're like, what the fuck is Final Fantasy 6? I haven't played 1 through 5. And then 7 came out, and they just used Cloud as this poster boy. They're like, he looks like a fucking badass. Let's throw him everywhere. And people got into the game and was like, holy fuck, this game is good. Yep. And that was the birth of the JRPG becoming RPG, and the birth of, because they are actually called Squaresoft. They actually weren't Square Enix to begin with. They were Squaresoft, and whenever they made the transition over, they renamed themselves as Square Enix. So Final Fantasy VII, which I have the original game right here, which I know Kelsey can't see it, but for the viewers, you look right there, Squaresoft. Yep, it's back when they were still Squaresoft. Love this game, so good. I'm so happy we're here. Like, I'm so fucking pumped we're here. I don't have to worry about like really getting into any kind of spoiler territory with you anymore. I'm so happy about this. It's so great. So great.
So we are officially out of spoiler territory then.
Right. We literally have one more video to watch, which is like very little, and it is not spoiler at all. It's literally what you just watched, but this is the other version of it. Once again, just to relay on that for the people who weren't paying attention to what I said, you have to wait till you have Cloud back in your party, and then you go there in order to get that scene. You have to go back to Nibelheim and go back to the mansion. There's no mission there. There's no other reason for you to go there. So if you don't go there through your own choices, you physically will not see this. Okay, let me. Now, which one's the right one? I think it's this one. Okay, so we have to do 2 separate videos, but one of them just at the beginning that I want. So it's 10 seconds of the, 30 seconds of the first one, and then we'll switch to the second video. So it's gonna be a little bit of a weird switch, but this fucking is gonna be one hell of an edit anyway. So fuck it, right?
While you're setting that up,
yep.
I have been like slightly on the edge of my seat in regards to Eris for the entire time that we've been doing these DFUs.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I've been that way is because I was like, something about this doesn't feel right. What is it? And I just kept thinking of, I just figured it out. I was thinking of Eris, Eris, the mythological goddess of chaos.
Yep.
And so I kept waiting for Eris to go a little chaotic.
Nope.
And it didn't happen. And I was wrong.
All English translation, which makes no sense. Aerith is her name, but for some reason in the English translation, it was Eris. It makes no fucking sense. That's why I refuse to name her Eris. But yeah. It's a little bit more higher definition than what you just watched.
A little bit. God, they look good.
Now you gotta see, like, through Cloud's eyes what's kind of happening to him. He's just like going in and out of consciousness and shit.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. The price of freedom is steep.
Oh, the Buster Blade. It's so beautiful.
Is it just magnetically held onto his back?
Basically.
Embrace your dreams.
Okay.
And whatever happens, protect your honor. As soldier! Come and get it!
This is Crisis Core, by the way. This is the graphics, in case you were wondering. The only reason why I'm showing this to you is because you already seen it, so it's not really a spoiler anymore. You gotta remember, she can tell when people are dying. She did it with her mom's husband, so she knows. Now this is what was taken directly out and put into my AMV. This is where I got it from right here. Yeah, at the very beginning of the AMV. Yeah, you'll see a lot of this will look very familiar to you.
It does. He's just been ventilated like a sieve.
Sad. For the both of us.
Both of us?
That's right. You're gonna live. You'll be my living legacy. My honor. My dreams. They're yours now.
This is quite the shove.
I'm
Right?
your living legacy.
Cloud's still somewhat coming out of his coma, so...
So yeah, watching your friend die while coming out of your coma is probably not great for your mental health.
Midgar.
瞳の奥がぼやけて見えない心の底の気持ちはあるの世界の全てを手にしたとしてもそれがあなたの
This music is great, but it will definitely be the reason why this episode gets demonetized.
If you want to be a hero.
Yeah, I just don't like the music enough for it to be playing.
Thank you.
And it grows on you. I like the song.
I won't forget.
Yeah, you just sit there while it rains, all the way through your rain while your friend is dying. Don't call for help, don't try to help him, don't try to package him up, bandage him up, not package.
Well, you gotta think about how far out he is from Midgar. They don't have phones. So, chances of him getting any help are very slim to none.
He's surrounded by bodies. The likelihood that one of them brought some kind of a kit of healing
think you really, really overestimate how much Shinra cares about their troops.
Also, as you stated previously, if you die in battle, that's not a big deal. If you die in a cinematic, you're fucked.
Yeah, pretty much.
That girl. She said that the sky frightened her.
Talking about Aerith.
Yeah.
That looks so liberating.
There's the one wing again. You've kind of been shown a little bit. Not in the actual game, but through
Those
artwork.
wings. I want them too.
So without giving away any spoilers, the best way to look at Zack is probably the most happiest person that wants to do the best job possible. And him thinking that Soldier being a hero, like Sephiroth, and some other people who you've seen but don't know yet,
Good.
would be the best way to help save the world, ends up figuring out the inner workings of how soldiers are made, gets caught up in a lot of shit, and unfortunately sees the ugly end of it.
If you see Aerith, say hi for me.
Which Cloud totally did not do.
Yeah, no. Shit. God, you're a horrible friend, Cloud.
Coma, Kelsey!
Hey,
Horrible friend.
would you say I became a hero?
Yes.
But when we jump into Crisis Core, you'll learn a lot more about Zack, but just to kind of give you a little bit of it now, that's why I wanted to say, you know, he's the guy that was happy-go-lucky, wanted to be a hero, and it's not a spoiler alert. Obviously, you know Shinra's in and outs at this point. Obviously know he's going to get fucked over somehow, and yeah, he sees the real ugly side, but the cool part is that people kind of talk about, and it's like a really like, hey, you know what, actually we'll just save it for Crisis Core. We'll just save it for Crisis Core. It's not a spoiler. You hit me with that. Fine! There's one spot in the game, and it's at Nibelheim, right before Sephiroth goes crazy, where Zack really loses his composure. Like, he actually breaks down for once. It's like, what is this all for? Because he already saw, like, these soldiers being made in tubes, all this shit going on. He's like, what is this all for? And then it's like, Cloud's like, we have to keep moving forward, because if we don't, who will? Type deal. And, like, within an instant, Zack just jumps up out of the bed, does, like, 5 lunges, and then jumps back in the bed. It's like, all right, I'm getting some sleep. Right back into Zack. It's so great. You gotta love Zack. Gotta love Zack. It's so great.
That's amazing.
He's the best. He is the best. The best part that I'm gonna love the most about telling you this little tidbit, which isn't a spoiler alert at all, but Zack is actually not the original holder of the Buster Blade either.
Really?
Yep. He is not the original holder of the Buster Blade. You will figure that out when we get into Crisis Core. You've already seen who holds the Buster Blade because of that scene that I showed you with Sephiroth and those two guys. There's the guy up there, that dark hair.
Oh yeah,
and he
there
had
was
the
one of the
Buster
other
Blade
ones
on his
that.
back. Yep.
Yep.
So, yep. He is not the original holder of the Buster Blade. But one thing to point out that you just watched that you need to really try to remember when we go to finally get into Crisis Core, and I'll try to remind you when we get there, is the words that Zack said, which were protect your honor, or protect your dreams, and your honor as soldier. As he was holding the sword in front of his face. That's very important to remember when we go into Crisis Core. It's going to come up a lot. A lot. But that's where we're at. Now we have full Cloud back at it. You finally got to see who the mystery guy was. You got to have your heart ripped out again by Zack's unfortunate death.
God, yeah, you just keep killing people.
I told you, like, death is just such a staple in this game, and it's really amazing. It literally drives in. Like I said, you love Zack already, and you haven't even heard anything from Crisis Core yet. Imagine going through the entire game, and every time you keep hearing about, oh, we're going to be going to Nibelheim at this time, and you're like, no! Don't do it, Zack! You're going to die! Stop!
That's gonna suck.
It was so rough for me because Cloud's my favorite character, and I was so ready to see Cloud in like HD graphics, and so I was so torn. I was like, I want to see Cloud, but I know Zack is gonna die. No, it was so upsetting. I was like, please, no. Oh man,
I don't know anything about what I'm saying, but I think it's interesting. Aerith talked about being afraid of the sky, and something came out of the sky to come and get Zack. Yeah, death. When Aerith died, she was afraid of the sky, and death came from the sky, and not in the same way.
Right.
And B, they released her into water, and she went down rather than up.
Right. Yep. So that's a little bit different depending on what you're doing, because death also happens differently in the movie too. So.
Okay.
I think with the Zack thing, it will make a lot more sense once we dive into Crisis Core and you kind of see a little bit more, because you'll get more about the wings. Like, you really haven't gotten a lot about that. All you know is
there's
that
just a couple of people who
one.
have. Vincent has one.
Vincent does not have one.
Cloud has one.
Technically has one in Kingdom Hearts only. He actually does not have a wing at all. As you know so far, Sephiroth is the only person that has one. Now Vincent has that cloak. He has wings whenever he transforms to his Chaos form, but he doesn't actually have one of these, what they're technically called soldier wings. But neither did Zack either, because remember he said, those wings, I want them too. So you'll get a little bit more about that once we get into that, and that will be really good for you, because that game actually breaks down what this game didn't, which is the entire soldier process.
That will be helpful.
These guys go through the entire project from start to finish. Everything that made Sephiroth what he is, what it did to the other two soldiers that you saw, but you don't know which one was Genesis, one was Angeal, and then what it did to Zack and the differences between them. Because Sephiroth was one program, and then something happened during that program with the other two guys that they decided to go to a different program. Because I told you they switched off of Project S, which is what made Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Zack was that other program. So there's a whole disconnect there, and there's a reason why, and all that is told in Crisis Core. And what Zack's program or project was going to be the moving forward project for all the rest of the soldiers. So Cloud went through
so
that
excited about Crisis Core, because I want to know more of this.
It's so good. It's so good. But yeah, so that's where we're at. That's where we'll end. We got shit ton of information, and finally one of the major characters wrapped up. Got so much information on Cloud.
So, as Chris has started, this will be the wrap of the 15th episode of Final Fantasy VII. We're out of spoiler territory. Per Chris, that's what he told me off camera. We are out of spoiler territory, which means jump in the comments and talk to us. Talk to us about the things that make you excited. Talk to us about your favorite.
About Final Fantasy VII.
Yes.
Don't talk to us about Crisis Core. No Dirge of Cerberus. No Last Order, and no Advent Children. When we finish this, Kelsey will come over. She will watch Advent Children, and she will watch Last Order, and then she'll be caught up on everything but the other two games. One of them she's going to love going through. The other one, who knows? It's a game all about Vincent, so...
Oh, God.
It's still hard to tell how she'll take that one. We still have some Vincent backstory in this game, thank God. Maybe it will be good enough to get you hyped for Dirge. Maybe not. Who knows? Like I said, you saw the podcast. I was telling Dylan about the scene in the movie. Yeah, and I was like, Kelsey's so happy because she's fucking torturing me about it before she's even watching it. And I know it's gonna happen. And that should tell you how over the top it is that Dylan knew the exact scene I was talking about, and I gave absolutely zero information. He knew exactly what I was talking about. So yeah.
Which makes me eye roll, and I haven't even seen it yet. Like, I know, I'm just, God, shit.
I'm gonna do one of these where like we're watching the movie, and then as soon as it happens, I'm just gonna stare at you because I know it's coming, and it's like I'm just gonna take the punishment. I'm just gonna take the lumps.
Oh man,
because I know it's coming.
But please, we know you guys have thoughts. We know some of you love this game. We know many of you are watching these because you love this game. So please jump into those comments. We want to know what you have to say. We know that some of you have been holding off because you wanted to wait until we were out of spoiler territory. So please jump in there now. We definitely want to interact with you. And if you don't want to interact with us, comments, there are our Twitch links or our Twitter links, which can be found below, and you can interact with us down there. But most importantly, if you enjoyed this content, please, please, please like and subscribe and turn on notifications, but also tell a friend about what we're doing. We're still a growing channel, and we are trying to grow, and it would be hugely helpful if you grabbed 5 friends and was like, watch this! And, if you hold the phone to their face, they can't get away from it, right?
And one thing I do want to throw in there, I don't want to interrupt you, but this was something that happened on a channel that I was recently watching, and it got so much backlash that he actually took the video down. So I want to know what people's thoughts are in the comment section below. And Kelsey, you can tell us your thoughts. Which Zach death was the most impactful? The original or the new one? Which one do you think was more impactful?
Oh God. Well, now I'm worried to give my opinion.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm not taking the
I
video
mean,
down. Everybody's going to have their own opinion. I don't think he should have took the video down. A lot of his fans agreed with him. Like, fuck him. Like, who cares if they get upset? I don't know what to tell you. Everybody has an opinion. That's why it's an opinion.
In HD, it's a lot more meaningful. Like, it's easier to relate to than Polygon. Voice actors, like, the music was a little bit more. I would argue probably the HD one, because we got a lot more of his death.
Yep. Well, he actually sided against the original. He said because of how dark and gloomy the whole tone of it was, but the fact that they just kept pumping bullets into him, and then like
that was
really
horrible.
Didn't have too much. Yeah. So I agree with you. I think the HD one makes it a little bit more impactful, in my opinion. Maybe he used the word which one was better. We're not using that here solely for the fact that, once again, it's a matter of opinion. If you think the other one was better, that's completely fine. That's your opinion. And hey, I don't disagree. I think they were both fantastic. I think they both showed how horrible Shinra can be to its own people and how rough Zack actually got it in the end. And after you play Crisis Core, you actually get to see, or you'll actually be able to feel what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
Was that Scarlet who was responsible for killing him?
No.
Okay. I just wasn't sure. I didn't think so.
That was 100% the order of Hojo and the president of Shinra. Was to hunt down and kill the 2 people that escaped. So they were supposed to kill Cloud too. He was also supposed to die.
But they thought he was going to die, and so they just left him.
Exactly.
They are the shittiest. So, on that note, like, subscribe, tell your friends about us, turn on notifications, and we will see you in the next class. Bye, friends.